So there's a verse of Gorakhnath which really appealed to me. It's sometimes referred to as the Gorakh rule, the rule of Shiv Goraksh Babaji. And it goes something like this. Sahaj mila so doodh barabar, मांग लिया सो पानी, खींच लिया सो रक्त बराबर, गोरख बोले बानी. What it means is, what comes naturally is like getting milk. Sahaj mila so doodh barabar. What comes your way spontaneously, naturally from the universe is like getting milk. Mang liya so pani. When you ask, you get water. Kheench liya so rakt barabar. When you take, you get blood. Gorakh bole bani. Gorakh says thus. The same teaching I found in Nisargadatta Maharaj's words, where he says, what comes to you unasked is what is meant for you, pleasure or pain. Or Maharaj also says, the problem with us is we want what we don't have and we don't want what we have. So, sahaj, that which is spontaneous, which comes on its own, is like the mother giving you milk. Mang liya so pani. Now, why is it that when you ask, it is not like milk, it is like water? What is being implied here? It seems like it's a step below milk, because when one asks, it's always the me with its sense of doership which wants something to add to itself. And sometimes we don't know what is good for us, yet we ask for something. Let's say we ask for a specific relationship in our life to manifest, and then 2 years down the line we regret the same. So that asking generally is based on the doership of the me. It is not something which comes spontaneously from the universe. There are two kinds of asking, because like ask and you shall receive, that is also true, but that is the spontaneous asking. In this regard, I found something which Gyan Purush Dadashri clarified this difference in asking. For example, the one he gave is if there is a child sitting at a table and having dinner, and the child tells the mother that I enjoyed the food, I want some more. That is a spontaneous asking. That is fine. That's what Dadashri says. The problem is when we keep asking, supposing there is no more food, and in this instance it's food, it could be anything. When the me keeps asking for something in spite of it not coming naturally on a spontaneous ask, that again is the doership of the me. So, sahaj mila so doodh barabar, मांग लिया सो पानी, खींच लिया सो रक्त बराबर. When you take, you get blood. The universe gives you blood, because taking is an extreme form of doership. Some of us are not content with what is our lot, what we have, and we take from others what belongs to them. So Gorakhnath is saying that that is as good as taking blood, because that is the most extreme form of doership in which the me wants to add something to itself to such a degree that it even goes out of its way to harm someone else, take someone else's money, possessions, or whatever it be, so it can add to itself, it can enhance its value in its own eyes. That is the kind of taking which is based on the most extreme action and effort of the me, depriving someone else of something so that I get it. You see, so this verse of Gorakhnath is like a pointer, because obviously some of us are even programmed to take. Let's say a child of a burglar would be conditioned, his conditioning would be to take. But at some point, if it is his destiny, he comes across an event, a happening, or a teaching, or a sage or a master who throws a bit of light on this taking. Is it a compulsive taking? Do you really need it? What is its nature? And then that person's journey would begin. Whenever, if it was destined to happen, it would happen. So what Gorakhnath has done is just wrapped up this whole teaching, this beautiful teaching in this verse, which even Ramana Maharshi used to say that what comes is your Prarabdha. It is meant for you. So if it's pain, we suffer the pain. We cannot avoid it. But it was meant to come our way. What these sages say is that when we go out of our way, more often than not, we create trouble for ourselves, because you see the cause-effect loop starts spinning. The more we do, the more we get entangled in the Maya, the more we go out and take things which are not ours, the more of this starts happening. Cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and the wheel of action-reaction starts spinning in so many directions. Whereas what is spontaneous is what is arising in what is. The taking becomes what should be. I should be richer, I should have this. It is based on what I should be, because I derive my sense of self from that. The what is spontaneous, spontaneity. What comes naturally according to the natural laws over which we do not have control is what is meant for us. So it is, for me, Gorakhnath's verse is a very beautiful pointer to the degrees of doership between what comes naturally, what one asks for, and what one takes.